Hello, everyone. This is Thermite, and we are doing the Dr. Stone segment of the weekly manga discussion podcast. Today, we're going over chapters 108 to 111. I'm here with my stony bros, Damage,
Get stoned.
Donuts,
Hey guys.
and Zaku.
I am going to purchase marijuana.
All right. So, starting off with 108.
Let's move. You know what? I don't care. I don't want an answer.
Good color page. Amaryllis's design kind of contradicts her design later on in 111, where, like, in this one, she's got all this gold everywhere. Like, her outfit is gold. Also, she's wearing, like, a headpiece we've never seen before that's also gold.
Yeah.
She lost a bald cap.
But then in 111, we do get to see, you know, the aforementioned bald cap, where it's very clearly not a bald cap.
Did we? I didn't even notice it.
Yeah. Like, it's the same material that her neck thing and her boob thing is made out of. Like, it's pearlescent.
Okay.
Yeah, it's some kind of weird rock, wood, leather. One of those.
It's the same thing that's part of Cuckhaku's earring, too.
Well, this looks way better than her normal one. Like, this design I have no problems with. But the background design is also really interesting. Like, that it's not just a normal sun in the back. It's this very stylized one.
Is that the petrification weapon?
It could be, but I mean, it looks more like it's supposed to be an image of the sun. Like, the petrification beam wasn't drawn like that.
Well, yeah, like, it clearly is more stylized.
Yeah, I'm saying it's like a representation because it's up above and it's circular, like
Yeah,
the sun.
and we're seeing the stone all over Senku.
I suppose I thought it was like breaking away the stone.
That's
They're
also
always
fair
breaking out of
interpretation.
stone.
That's true. I mean, they are. In the half the cover pages, they are. In our cover week shouldn't jump this week, they were.
What if, okay, new theory, they will always, like, every character will get stoned exactly as many times as they have cover pages of them breaking out of stone. It's all foreshadowing.
It's all
That's a lot of
canon.
stoning.
Boy. I mean, if someone only looked at the cover pages for Dr. Stone and just casually, like, didn't know what the series is about, they just saw it, they'd assume that, like, turning to stone is, like, the main mechanic of the series.
Yeah, of course. It's a Kamen Rider where you break out of stone to transform.
Except you actually just transform into a normal person.
Yeah.
And your other form is the fucking stone statue that can do nothing.
It's very bad.
So, going into the chapter, we get to see the actual flashback, which I did not expect this early on, of, you know, of the actual crew reacting to the petrification bomb.
Yeah. And, like, man, they had a lot more time than I thought. It seemed like it took a split second, but they had a lot more time. Not to
Yeah,
really
that's
do
just
anything, though. It's not like they knew what was going on.
Yeah. Like, it was really only, like, 2 or 3 seconds, really. Like, they saw her, she threw it in the air, and that itself would have only taken, like, a second or two. So in that time, everyone reacted.
Yeah. And also, you know, like, it's not like people are gonna be like, oh, somebody chucked something at us. Well, must be petrification. Like, it would
Yeah,
be
like,
very
I
hard to,
get it.
like,
I'm not
even-
saying they could have reacted to it.
Yeah. But I mean, they did. Like, Ukyo looked up, he immediately deduced, along with Yusuri, that, yeah, that's probably an explosive. Let's hit it before it, like, lands on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean, yeah, they did as
way
much as they
more
could.
than I expected.
Yeah.
Suika
Or, I
didn't
mean-
really react.
Well, what did you expect
Dumb
them to do?
Suika, not pulling her weight.
Yeah, fucking kick that child.
Get off the ship.
Boo.
But now we actually have a, like, perfect range for this thing now, I realized. It's the boat-sized. How, like, they could actually figure out that it's almost the exact same size as the boat.
Well, this one was a different size than the one in the other flashback, so...
Was it?
I
It
assume they can
seemed to
determine
me
the
like
size.
it was.
I don't think so. Like, I'm pretty sure the one in the flashback was just, like, it exploded from further away, which is
Exploded
why
really
it didn't
high up,
fully,
yeah.
like, freeze. Yeah, that's why it didn't completely freeze Amaryllis.
Oh, let me check how big that looked. But I could swear it was way smaller because we saw it in comparison to, you know, her boat. So
Hmm.
I'm just gonna go check. What
Sure.
do you
If
guys-
they have different size ones, that's gonna be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
like-
that's just what I initially assumed.
I mean, like,
Why wouldn't they have different sized ones? If it,
why would they?
because, you know, there was one that engulfed the entire Earth, which is different sized from everything that they've used up until now. So it would make sense that there's a sliding scale on size, and there's not one solid size that they're always at.
I guess, but in this world it would seem a lot easier to just make all of them the same instead of having to make a bunch of different ones and
I
everything.
guess.
I mean, it really does depend on like the
Like, what are they using
like,
it on?
what
They're using
is.
it on like individual people, so like people who are trying to escape.
Yeah,
really need it to
but
be
I
that
mean,
big?
you know, you might want to have one that's just like one person size if you're like just holding somebody down and want to petrify them and don't want to like waste
That's
petrification juice.
it's an omnidirectional weapon. If you hold someone down to petrify them, you're also going to get petrified.
Yes, but like you can make a person-sized petrification sphere and then chuck it at somebody that's tied to a rock or something, rather than
sounds-
just nuke the entire area with stone powers to get one guy.
Does it matter?
No, I think this is a stretch. I don't think they can make it any smaller.
So I looked back and it looks smaller to me, but the angle is very hard to get. We don't really get a full-scale shot at its maximum expansion, so it's very hard to say. Might or might not be. So I guess the
feel like it
jury's
will
still out
be.
of it till we see more
I
of
feel like
it.
it will be just that way. Senku will be able to like figure out like, you know, this is the exact, you know, dimensions of it. If we're standing here and they throw it there, then it's not going to hit us. Something like that.
That's very possible.
Because like it is
That
important
might
that it has a range. That's very important. They keep bringing it
Yeah.
up. They keep showing that.
Yeah.
So if they're different sizes, then it's not going to matter if it has a range, because it's all different.
I mean, they might have different standardized sizes, you know, like a tiny one, a medium one, and a large one.
But then you have to like
Or
guess
something
which
like
one
that.
they're going to throw at you.
Yeah, and that adds more. That'll be like Gensing, like psychologically speaking, which one would they throw? You know? Are they gonna be like, ah no, I got this, precision, or are they gonna be like, oh fuck, oh shit, just stone everyone? Throw the biggest one. It's a delicate interplay of psychological battles.
I see.
Yes, indeed. Very much so.
Yeah. So we get some Ginro focus. I mean, first of all, we see that Ginro would have been frozen if not for Ukyo like hitting the bomb very, very slightly, showing that yes, that is a valid tactic. Like if you can't capture it, you can at the very least like knock it off course.
Like, yeah, it is an object that is not going to like explode when it's hit or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have this, him psychically communicating with his brother. Not really, but you know, like metaphorically.
Oh yeah,
That one's a bit later.
I think that was, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we get the general Kinro is trash arc. He's
Yeah.
a garbage,
Yeah.
garbage rare.
Yeah, no one wants him. No one wants that Kinro card. Grind that up into fucking dust. Get better cards.
Everyone's in despair.
But we do get some amazing faces from them with his like, can you help me thing. That is the most Genro thing. To them be screaming lab, we need lab, and then he says, can you help me?
We also get to see the transition of Amaryllis going from, who is this Genro person? Like, what's wrong with him? To, oh boy.
Yeah.
This is Genro. I get it now.
Oh yeah, it's so funny. Their reaction is extremely good when they see,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we got someone. Oh fuck, it's Kinro. Oh no, we're dead.
He's pretty much the worst choice you could get other than Hyoga.
It's great too because
Oh,
it's not
boy.
like there's a lot of times like a character that's like this where everybody in the series is always like, ugh, they're the worst. But then you start to feel bad for them because they're always treated that way, even if it's kind of true. That's not the case for Genro. He deserves to be treated like this.
But like, you know, you actually bring something up. We have not seen a stone Hyoga yet at all, right?
I think
No.
the implication is that he is stoned, but we haven't seen
I
him.
mean, yeah, I feel like they might have a thing where also Hyoga managed to escape. I don't know how,
if
but-
he escapes before the petrification, then yeah.
yeah, something something feels off about the fact that we've not even seen a single shot focusing on anything close to the cage.
I think I think
chapters.
Hyoga is petrified. I think they're gonna unpetrify him and maybe Anhimura, probably not Anhimura, she's not that strong of a fighter, but to take out like maybe even Mozu.
Wait, who's gonna unpetrify them?
Like Senku or them somehow.
Oh, see, I thought maybe the villains were gonna unpetrify them, like, oh, you were locked up by these people, so now we're gonna lock you up and
Oh.
unpetrify you and question you.
That's
Are you with
interesting.
these people or are you against them? You know, like,
Yeah.
Do we
Something
even
like
know
that.
if they can unpetrify
Yeah,
you?
we don't know if they can, but
yeah, we're just assuming, because Senku assumed so.
Yeah, and we've seen the petrification cracks on some of them.
yeah, and they're definitely very wary of getting hit by it, so they seem to not
Yeah.
want to be petrified at the very least.
Yeah.
But, you know, I feel like there's
Yeah,
good reason
it's
for
a good
that.
yeah.
Mhm.
You
But,
don't
you know,
want to
it
get
might
fucking
be.
shattered and just be missing pieces when they unpetrify you. It's real bad.
Yeah. But I mean, like, it could be a 50-50 reasoning for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think that they're going to get, just because of that foreshadowing we got at the beginning of this arc, that Hyoga is definitely going to help them in some way. Like our science team, Senku.
Mm.
I don't know how they're going to do it, but it was still... It would be interesting if they were taken out of the cage by this village, but I feel like they would have already done that by now. Like, they've already searched the ship and everything.
Yeah.
Unless they just did it and didn't tell us yet, and we're gonna, like, cut back to it later. Which is possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Like, I can't really pull anything from it. Like, sure, we haven't seen the cage, but at the same time, like, that might just be Inagaki wanting us to, like, speculate about it without actually doing anything about it.
Yeah.
Or he wants us to forget about them so we can pull them out of his hat later.
It's all possible. We see the first instance of Mozu's, like, super hyper focus, which is terrifying, but also not very useful.
Wait,
I mean-
is that not Ibarra? I thought Ibarra was the guy with the big eyes.
Oh no,
Moses
that is
the
Ibarra.
warrior.
Yeah, Mozu's the pervert.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ibarra
young
is
perverts.
These guys are both perverts. But
yeah.
Ibarra is terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this
But having
shtick.
black sclera will do that to a person. Seriously, that's a Oh, you know what I just thought about? What if his eyes are black because he got stoned and his stone scars are his eyes?
Ah!
His eyes are scarred for
That's
That's so
super
edgy.
edgy, but I can see it. Because like he also has lines coming from his eyes. It's
Yeah,
possible.
he's got like this line running between his eyes that sort of looks like his eyes are glasses.
It's just a wrinkle.
Yeah, I think that's a wrinkle.
Yeah, probably. But I don't know.
I can
I
see
feel
it.
like
He's an
There
old
might-
man with a big nose.
yeah, everybody knows as you get older, your eyes get progressively blacker.
Of course.
He
They
also
follow
has-
your heart.
He is also like vaguely non-human in his proportions. His hands are enormous.
Yeah.
Everything about him is too
He
much.
looks like
Is
some
it-
kind of fighting game character.
We really don't have another character like this in Doctor Stone. But, like, it's different because, like, look at the panel where he's going into the goats. Like, he's perfectly normal sized there. He's just a normal guy. But then they, like, super accentuate his height in other panels. Like he's a One Piece character or something, where his height can just change panel by panel.
I mean, even then, he's still a head above everyone else.
Yeah, he's just a big
A head
dude,
above them, but that's just being a
extremely big
tall
and
guy.
lanky.
That's not
I mean,
having
no-
a hand that's the size of their entire head.
He's got
I mean-
big yaoi hands. What's wrong with that?
I mean, also like in like jumping ahead to 111 for a bit, when Kohaku tries to grab him, like twist his arm, her entire hand wraps around his pinky finger, and you can still see the tip of his pinky finger.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like his height or like his size just like varies a lot. I think. I mean, I think it's purposely done.
Yeah.
He's a One Piece human that invaded the Doctor Stone world. He is clearly one of Big Mom's children.
Actually,
I
she's
can buy
holding
it.
two of his fingers there.
Ah, okay.
So yeah,
So,
I don't know, but like it's not like fantasy levels of gigantic. It's someone that I can see existing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there's some big people.
But
he is the biggest of the people.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get our true SSR card, Suika.
Yeah.
she's the real hero here.
And of course, immediately as Ryusui assumed, Senku uses her in his plans.
Yep.
Yeah.
With no regard for his safety at all.
I mean, this plan ensures his safety.
Just cut
Oh.
to like Ryusui, like in petrified, looking through the eyes of the petrification, just screaming internally.
God, sorry, I just got distracted. I just looked at his panel again, and I forgot about this page where he lifts a woman with one finger, and his hand is literally the size of her torso.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
ridiculous.
I do agree the size changes, but I think that when he's smaller, like that's supposed to be the outlier. I think he is legitimately supposed to be way too big.
I guess so. Yeah, they're probably just trying to fit him into panels at times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to Suika being the most adorable creature on the planet.
She is canonically cute.
Yeah.
She is one of the best mascot characters in Jump.
Yeah.
And by the way, this leaf thing is just the thing now. Like, it's definitely a thing. It's not a mistake.
Yeah. Like,
It's
doesn't
even on
even
the
look like it
card.
was- like it doesn't even look like it was split. It looks like there are two of them now, like
It-
two separate
yeah.
ones.
Has the Suika evolved?
I
Well, you know
think
how
so.
Senka went from
Suika
one bang
level
to
two.
2 bangs.
She does
Ridiculous.
have 2 hair licks now. Did she
Yeah.
have 2 before?
2 hair licks?
Like,
What?
you know, coming out of her head when she's not wearing the melon.
When she's not wearing the melon.
Yeah.
Oh, I
2
didn't
pieces of
notice
hair
that.
coming out. Did she have
Oh,
1 or
yeah.
2 before? Otherwise, it's like Senku, you know, they get more as they get older.
I don't remember.
So wait, are you saying, because she looks like she has 3 now?
What?
What?
Like,
On
like
the
I'm
card?
looking at the cover of 109.
I'm looking
okay.
at the, like,
That's
It
in the
Reeks Stings panel.
I think you're talking about different things.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Saka's talking. Oh, okay, I see what you mean. I thought you were talking about like her bangs or something.
No,
I think you
no,
mean
like,
the Ahogi thing.
Yeah. Has she ever had that?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was just. I'm looking at 109's cover. I wasn't sure if that was a reference to Ariel or not. But who knows? Who can say? Somebody go back and check. Actually, I will. You guys keep talking. I know exactly where this is, so I'll go check.
okay. Well, we get the really cute mobile lab, which, scampers away to safety.
Mhm.
Which is very nice, followed by a, I don't know, there's a chapter here. Sure,
God. Hey.
man, was there a chapter.
I forgot that the whole like psychically talking to Ginro thing wasn't even in 108. You just jumped all the way to 109 before.
Okay, listen.
Yes.
Ginro
Explain
psychically talks to Kinro. They have this whole little bonding moment where Ginro, you know, he thinks about what's the right thing to do and actually does it, which I didn't expect because it's Ginro. And what do you expect?
The wrong thing.
Yes, damage. Thank you very much. And yeah. I mean, do
Yeah.
you want to? I don't really know how to go into that thing about them psychically messaging each other. It's really short. It's like 2 pages.
I mean, I don't think we need to get into it. We already talked about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Suika has evolved! She had 1 calic before.
Oh,
Okay.
awesome.
So yeah, she has grown 2, and now her leaf has grown 2 as well.
Yes.
I don't know
So
what
You
this
think
means.
they're connected? Like her nerves are in that hair? Like she's like from James Cameron's Avatar, and it just connects to the melon?
Is that how her design changed over the year time skip of the Perseus?
It must be.
I
Wait.
see what's just.
A year time skip? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you mean before it launched?
Yeah.
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 Not
Okay.
after. Yeah, when they sailed for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, her fighting spirit is increased. She has transformed. This is Suika version 2.
But we still have Genro version 0.
Ginro is just getting downgrades. Next time, like you notice that he doesn't matter because he has 0 cowlicks, and he will keep getting less cowlicks. if you zoom at him from above, you can actually see his hair going inside his skull, growing into his brain.
So, the super kawaii mobile lab does manage to get off the boat, but there's a problem. How do they
Need
convince
some
them it's an
shonen
animal?
humor.
Gotta get that shonen humor.
Senku's getting super excited about that shonen humor. He's getting really into it.
I do legitimately think this must have been a very big chapter. I imagine a lot of kids made some poop smell at home.
Is
You
he
can imagine.
drooling in that panel where he has
He
the
is.
poop thing?
Yes.
Oh,
He
God.
loves it.
Oh, man. Oh, this entire chapter is... let's go to the next chapter.
No.
Can you imagine how Tokyo smelled this Monday?
Please, no. I don't wanna.
So many complaints to Shueisha. Help, my kid won't stop making the poop smell.
Please teach him how to do meth instead. I do not want this poop smell in the house anymore. I'd rather he be making explosives.
This is the second poop chapter in Dr. Stone.
May there be many more to come.
No. Oh boy.
I love how happy that Senku and Gen are.
I
On the
love
final
the
page.
I do love it because of Gin doing the thing on the right where he's making the fart noise and we have to get like an editor note of using hands exclamation point. Don't worry, he's not really shitting himself.
You can never tell.
What if Senku, instead of waiting like we need to make poop spell, let's use science, was just okay guys, we need to shit ourselves right now.
It's prison school
So-
all over again.
Oh god.
So, general consensus, do we think that the girl is also farting in the panel?
Yes, she has
Obviously.
to be.
Uh,
That's the
Why do
real
you think there's so
smell.
much focus on her ass?
Right above the
I fucking hate how much focus there is on her ass next to that fucking panel of dialogue. It's the
There's-
worst.
There's
She just
no
think-
way that that's accidental. Boy, she knows what he's doing.
She just thinks that they're talking about her. That's why she's so shocked.
Yeah.
Do you mean
Oh, no.
this?
Look, as far as
No.
fetishes go, it is not even in the top 10 worst.
I put it up there.
Oh boy. Speaking of top 10 worst fetishes, let's move on to chapter 110 of Dr. Stone.
Is this about
Are
Ginro
you-
again? Because
I don't-
Ginro is definitely in the top 10 worst fetish.
I was gonna say, you talking about Kohaku?
Yes.
She's on the cover.
We've already discussed Kohaku is the most disgusting garbage trash girl ever to exist.
Yeah, Cuckhaku's a total trash gremlin. Have you seen her?
This is the chapter where we learn how to make Kohaku attractive.
This
You
is
are
just
shit.
this chapter is Sarah, do you think they were being serious?
Of course not. But you still have shit taste.
No, this chapter is just a documentary of the editors meeting with Boichi about Kohaku.
It's like, alright, how can I make her appear unattractive? Just give her weird hair.
How can I make her appeal unattractive? Excuse me, jump editors, can I talk to you?
Make her do makeup like someone blasted her in the face with a shotgun with blood.
You know, it's amazing they didn't give her black hair. How can she possibly be beautiful without black hair?
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
this is so un-Japanese.
Now I know why he immediately went all
Cat
gaga goo
ears.
goo on Amaryllis. Because she had black hair.
Of course. Oh, Jesus.
He would have got a
That
nose
skirt
if it was
is way
straight.
too short. You know what really helped us? A kimono. Oh yeah, really bring the
Oh,
look
boy.
together.
We've already seen her in a kimono.
No,
We've already seen
That wasn't
Magma in
good
a kimono.
that wasn't good enough. No black hair. Magma's also a trash gremlin. Actually, Magma with black hair would just be Gaston from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
So we get another roadmap, which is very simple this time around because basically everything comes from the coconuts.
Yeah, it's a roadmap that was like handled in the chapter.
Yeah, which is kind of nice. Like, they finally progressed this much. Like, now they have the lab, they can just blast through things if they need to make them.
Yeah. we're in a very nice, like, it is, I talked about my reaction, and I guess this is a good point to bring it up, that, like, this arc is so, it's not very tense, it's super comedic. Like,
Yeah.
it feels really weird that we are in this arc where everybody's being repetrified and stuff, and, like, they started off by it being, like, almost horror-esque, and now it's just a straight-up gag manga half the time. We got poop and beauty makeovers.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna end up being a final arc.
No.
Like,
Definitely
this
not.
This is the
definitely have a
comedic
different
relief
tone.
arc.
Yeah.
This is the
wacky
Foxy
hijink arc before the serious arc starts. This is gonna be total filler. Watch it be some unrelated way of turning people into stone. This has nothing to do with how the world turned to stone. It's just some other guy that separately invented it on this island.
I mean, I said at the start, I do think this is not going to be the Y Man, and I do still believe it. Like, I feel like this is definitely someone who found, like, a bit of stone juice that got spread during the past, like, couple thousand years, and it was like, hey, I can use this.
What are you doing with your mic?
Ah, sorry. I didn't know you'd be able to hear that.
Yeah.
You didn't know, I think just you rubbing your mic furiously was gonna show up on the audio?
Zach, you're one to talk about audio.
Listen, at least I don't fucking French kiss my microphone.
Speaking of
My
wanting to
microphone is
kill all of
beautiful.
you, we have a beautiful Sulfurino on the next panel.
Yeah, if only she was here.
Yeah, she would kill all of us.
It's the only thing that can make this podcast better.
Dying. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure after this people would want to hear our agonized screams as our lungs get melted from the inside out.
Well, seeing Cuckhaku get her shampoo was adorable.
Yeah, Cuckhaku is super adorable.
Like-
on the panel.
Yeah, imagining nobody ever, washing their hair, really. Like, I mean, they're washing their hair, but not, like, with shampoo and stuff. The way that must
Yeah.
feel is incredible. Like, not
Oh,
not
yeah.
even how clean it's getting, but just the feeling of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Cuckhaku looks like she has like an entire sheep on her head when she's doing that.
I do appreciate, like, now that we know what her hair looks like when she doesn't tie it up, I do appreciate how she manages to look good most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, she does handle it really well, which, I mean, she kind of had to. That's the hair she was born with.
Her like, normal hairstyle still looks great, though. It's, like, really cool design.
Yeah.
Looks
Yeah.
like a flower.
Like,
Well-
I do, in general, just think that this this makeover, once it's finally done, is a bit of a downgrade.
It's so trash.
It's so generic.
Yeah.
And now this is
This
gonna be
is
her
not
going
a
forward
super
and
rare
redesigned
card.
forever.
I wouldn't want to pull this. She barely looks like a gorilla anymore. It's the best part. Clearly.
I mean, I do like her more as a tomboy than this.
Do you like her as this Damage?
Yes.
How low will you go?
Damage the most
What do you
heterosexual
mean,
out of
how
all of us.
low? Damage's bar is literally the floor. He doesn't have a bar. You can just walk on over.
My
Damage
butt's very
is
good.
like fucking Kiseki. You would just look at a Macy's magazine and faff to it.
Also, we do have Senku, like, after the bad makeover. He does bring up that, yeah, the only other girl is Suika, but she's too young. But he still thought about it. He still
Yeah.
considered the idea of giving
Yeah.
this small child to a bunch of perverts to rape.
Too young.
I think you think it's because, more concerns or because he wouldn't pass?
I've got a question. How old is Ginro? Isn't he like 14?
He's probably
Probably.
like 15 or 16.
I don't think he's 16.
I think he's like 14 or so, because he is the younger brother, and like Kinro looks looks
Kinro
like
is
he's
like
16 or so.
17, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ginro is 16.
Okay.
Really?
Right.
Yep.
Is he older than Senku?
No.
No.
How old is Senku now, actually?
I assume
I mean,
18
several
or
thousands.
19. Yeah, actually, a couple.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
Senku is
Got
almost
me.
19.
Okay.
And
Wait,
Gen
currently?
is like
Yeah, currently Senku, well, as of like chapter 99, he was 18 years and 251 days old.
So now he's 19.
Probably. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because there's a year time skip.
Mhm.
Then yes.
Chapter 100 was the time skip.
Yes.
Yes. Okay,
Indeed.
moving on.
Mhm.
To
well,
yes.
we get more gender swaps.
yes.
Well,
Now,
cross-dressing.
as the only two game in here, someone I will fight you to the death as Senku is better than Ginro. Or not Ginro, but Gin.
Nah, Gen is the best.
Absolutely not. He just looks like a girl.
No, look at those shoulders. They're so wide.
Oh boy, he's got wide shoulders. That makes his face look not like a girl.
I think Gen definitely looks more like a girl in that panel.
Yeah, but I mean that's because he's giving off the the feminine pose, but his body is still very masculine, apart from like the wasp waist.
Mm,
Oh, you're
I
putting
don't
down
see it.
values.
I don't know. He's very slender.
Senku could honestly pass as a woman, but he also passes as a cross-dressing man.
Imagine
the eyes.
Chapter 1 Senku in this outfit.
It is absolutely the eyes. Senku's got
Yeah.
that like
Yeah,
mascara, like
he doesn't have the alien eyes that all the other girls have.
Yeah.
he's
He looks like a human being and does not like a woman.
he looks
mean,
like a single mom that is tired of her bullshit and just wants a cigarette.
I mean, similarly, I think Gen would like pass a lot less if he had more narrow eyes, like he usually does. It's because he's doing the alien eyes that he looks more feminine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must really be a stretch to like widen your fucking irises so hard.
I mean, if anyone can do it, it's Gen.
I mean, he can
Yeah.
change his scars, so
Yeah,
he
he
could probably do
change
about
his
anything.
voice, more importantly.
I mean, that's just the thing people can do. It's
Yeah,
called
but
acting.
like, they commented on how Senku... Well, no, it's not, like, physically possible to completely switch your voice, to anything. You can only mask your voice to a certain extent.
I can't wait for the anime where Senku's voice actor is going to be, oh, it's 10 billion% never gonna happen again.
Ah, yeah!
That
Taiju,
voice
we
is
need to make
perfect.
it a grape juice so we can free people from the stone!
Zaku, you trying to do your deepest voice possible is still really high.
That's not my deepest voice possible, I'm just doing a dumb bit.
Taiju, we must free the people from the stone.
You know Senku's classic line.
people! Liberation!
10 billion%.
I am 10 billion% short, Taiju.
That's how he sounds, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I just now imagine the like fucking anime where he just puts his pinky to his mouth doing the fucking Austin Powers thing. 10 billion%.
Oh god.
Yeah, I mean, I
He
feel
is
like if
Dr.
Senku
Evil.
would be impersonating anyone from Austin Powers, it would be that.
Oh my god. Alright, so now it's time to let Genro get raped.
Yeah,
Well, he can
he's a
defend
tender
himself, can't he?
16-year-old boy. He can handle it. He's limber and
He's a
stretchy.
trained fighter.
Again, let's recap what Genro wanted to happen just a few days ago. He wanted Senku and all of his friends and everyone he knew to die on a boat. So every girl in the village would be in his harem. And now he is on that
Listen,
boat, the only one who's
listen.
not stoned and being turned into a girl and put in someone else's
Listen,
harem.
Donut, Ginro wanted to fuck in a harem. And he's going to fuck in a harem. It's all going as he wanted.
Dreams do come true.
All according to Cuckhaku.
I mean, he's got those dick-sucking lips in that panel. He's ready.
Yes.
It's not like
He
he's
has
that
those-
useful anyway. He's way weaker than Kohaku and probably weaker than Amaryllis.
Alright, Zaku, would you hit that or not?
What? Ginro?
Ginralina.
No.
Disappointed in you, Zaku.
Okay, I have a question.
Damn it. Ginro is a trash gremlin, and even under normal circumstances, that doesn't change just because he dresses up like a girl. Still the worst.
So, on the last 2 pages of chapter 110, second to last page, the middle panel at the bottom. What is that? What is going on in that panel? I don't understand it.
It's an old man and a bunch of women. Oh, I see. I think he's telling them some like saying, "Oh, it's time to prepare for the choosing," and they're all reacting like, "Oh boy, choosing time."
Choosy time.
That's my interpretation of that scene. Because otherwise, why the hell is he there?
Yeah,
I think that makes sense.
it was
like,
weird to
I
have like
assumed-
nothing.
Yeah, I assume that that's like a guy from the village telling all the girls, like, all right, here's what you need to do in order to get on his good side.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It's not very clear though.
Yeah,
He's
I was
the
very
only
confused
man
at the time and just realized that I never found out what that was. But alright, I guess we should move into the last chapter.
Yeah, which I've got to
Yes.
say, like, I think Boichi went a bit too far with Ginralina on the very last page of 110, because he looks so, like, he doesn't look like the same character, whereas in 111, I liked him a lot.
I mean,
I like that sign.
isn't that the point of a disguise? You don't look like yourself.
I mean, he's not being disguised, though. He's cross-dressing. There's a difference. Like,
Yeah.
in the same way that
That's
Kohaku,
disguise.
like Kohaku calls herself Kohaku here, even though she's, like, wearing a disguise, quote-unquote, because, like, she's just being a prettier version of herself.
You don't have to change your name to be in a disguise.
Yeah.
I mean, if that
No
case,
one knows who you are anyway.
But
Yeah.
then, yeah, why is it a disguise? All he just
That's
needs
not-
to do is
Because he needs to
cross-dress.
be womanish.
I mean, wearing makeup is not a disguise.
Kind of.
Yeah, I can see a
is.
spy wearing makeup in a place.
I just think it's I agree with you though. Boichi went too far. It's like it's a good disguise. What they're I just agree with what you're trying to say. They are trying to not disguise him, but the whole point is to make him look as girly as possible. So the more like a girl he looks, the better. But then to just draw a completely different girl, like a wholesale new character, and just throw a tag on it that says Ginro, like, what the fuck are we doing?
Because
I mean,
what I'm saying is that, like, in 111, he looks like Ginro. Like,
Yeah.
he looks like a girl, but he also looks like Ginro. Like, it's a different design than 110. I'm fine with the 111 design.
I said the same
Yeah.
thing in my reaction. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's done deliberately for effect to make it like appear how drastic the transformation is.
Oh, yeah.
On the,
I mean, but
first
even if we got
appearance.
how it looked in 111, it would be fine. Because it's still a drastic
Mm.
difference.
Yeah, maybe people yelled at him in between the chapters.
Mhm.
They said, "Oh no, this looks too womanish. I'm too attracted to it."
Make it stop.
Boichi got in
Please.
boner himself, and I was like, oh no.
I
The editor called him
don't
up and it was-
know.
The editor called him up and said, I fapped this 5 times this week. You need to stop.
Oh boy.
Oh,
They're distributing those private Shonen Jump internal age dojins that the authors are required to make.
There is not enough Shonen Jump dojins.
Yes, there is. Just not for all the series.
Certainly not for Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone gets like no fan art.
It's like 99% men, and all but women have the exact same body.
And yet
It's
there's still
like-
no yaoi dojins for Dr. Stone.
That's
No one
because
cares.
Dr. Stone gets more of the Bill Nye audience than the fapping to anime audience.
Yeah.
We need to teach his nerds how to fap.
Isn't this what this all is about? Have we not been trying to do this for the last 2 chapters?
This cover page not the cover page, but the 2-page spread for 111 is fantastic. I really love it.
Yeah. Time for everybody to break out a stone, and not yet. Keep waiting just a little bit longer, but we're almost there.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is Tsukasa right at the very back, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's nice to have him here, even though he's dead.
In spirit.
It's
Who's
a weird
that
selection of
Next
people.
to Kohaku. Who's that underneath Kohaku's head? Is that Ginro?
That's Ginro, yeah, because he's next to Kinro.
Yeah.
His eyes look strange in that, but
Looks
Yeah.
like Mirio.
yeah.
But yeah, I still have a problem with the fact that we're missing Francois and Magma's here. Why is Magma here but Francois not? Why is
I
Magma
feel like
more of the
Magma's
science team?
here is becoming a catchphrase of this podcast already. He's definitely here. totally in the chapter. What does he do? Probably make some kind of one-liner about murder, genocide, and then he gets sidelined again because he's not a serious villain anymore.
But we also got a sweet-ass title, Science Wars, which, is calling back to the Stone Wars.
Yeah, they finally upgraded.
But I want to say, I'm pretty. Is that just a picture as the background? I didn't really look at it, but I don't even think he touched it up at all. I think it's just a picture. Like maybe added a flare to it.
No, that doesn't look like a picture. Does it?
It looks like
clouds
it's a
are
real life
ve-
picture.
The clouds are very, very detailed. I think he did the same things to the water that he always does to water, where like it's kind of filtered.
Yeah.
But I think the sky might just be the straight up picture of the sky.
So weird. I've
Yeah.
never seen that. But I honestly didn't even notice.
And especially like if you were reading it physically on shitty Shonen Jump pages, you wouldn't notice at
Yeah,
all.
on your colored toilet paper.
So our harem squad goes to the village. The old man looks very confused by this. Like you can see like some sweat drops coming off of his head. So actually, I think he's more surprised than confused. Like, oh crap, they showed up. This is bad. Yabe.
Yeah. I mean, he knew it was
Oh
happening.
shit, there's more of them.
Hmm.
So, yeah, we get all the girls introducing themselves. Cuckhaku, extremely strained. It's Moe in an interesting way, you know? Like...
It is super.
Oh, wait a
adorable.
minute. No, Zaku. Are you skipping over the first legitimate 100% confirmed instance of NTR in Dr. Stone?
Oh my
Oh.
god! I
The
didn't
actual
think
Okay.
man who is married to a woman who has his woman stolen from him by an old man.
Yes!
I'm sorry. I must repent for my sins! Ah! Ah!
And of course, this was right after the poop chapter.
Ah!
Like, we had a poop chapter 2 chapters ago, and now a man's getting cooked and we're supposed to care?
Hey, we also had a cross-dressing chapter in between that.
Dr. Stone's going hard with the fetishes.
Oh, extremely hard.
It's nice
Hard
that
like my
Boichi
dick.
or Inagaki, rather, actually listens to our podcast.
Oh boy. Next up, we'll actually get people actually dressing up like clowns. Fucking
Oh,
showing
boy.
up, smoking drugs, talking. Senku's gonna show them magnets, and they're gonna be like, oh no, dark magic! How does this work?
But yeah, aside from cucking.
Yeah.
We
Well-
do see that the minister like is legitimately just super into sad, nervous girls. Like that is really what they had to aim for. Like up until now, like that was kind of implied, but I didn't fully understand what they were doing with Kohaku. And even then, like they still didn't try to make Kohaku nervous. There's like, well, I guess you're going to be the Genki girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, you know, she gets in an altercation with Mosey's like, I'm gonna thrust my spear in you, and she's like, no, I'm gonna thrust my spear in you, bitch. And then, you know, they talk about meeting up later. It's all very, very erotic.
Also, like in the 2-page spread, Kohaku's definitely grabbing just the pinky. Like I can see all the other fingers.
She's grabbing his pinky and also his upper arm.
Yeah, but I mean, like when I was talking before about how she can wrap her entire hand around just like the base of his pinky, just like the bottom 2 parts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like that's just the
Also-
pinky.
That's
Also,
just...
2 of
Oh,
his
yeah, you're right, 'cause
fingers
I can see
are the
that.
thickness of his wrist.
It looks like she's holding 2 fingers there, but I can see where her thumb's like wrapping around it.
Yeah, I see what you saw it too.
I
Like-
consider this fan service.
Oh my.
If this is this big...
If his pinkies are this big.
Wait, look at the expression on her face. She's imagining.
Oh my.
Oh, whoa.
You're
Oh,
really
no.
strong, aren't you?
Notices your finger.
Also, that Moses spear is weird. It's just kind of. It looks like it broke off.
Pretty
like
sure
a
it's an
halberd.
axe. Yeah, it's like
It's like a big
yeah.
long axe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely very unscientifically crafted. Like,
He's just a
This
lump
is
of wood at
peak
the end.
Dr. Stone weaponry, Zaku.
remember when Tsukasa had that big fucking rock on a stick? It's just this giant stone blade. Scientific.
Use it ever?
100%. No, I think he cut a tree with it once.
Just because he got mad.
Yeah.
The only
don't-
Dr. Stone thing that this spear isn't doing is, like, you can see how it moves.
It's not
It's
spinning.
not spinning it like a
It's not fucking... It's not spinning, you're right, this is blasphemy.
I mean, I don't think I can take another cocky spear user after Yoga.
I actually do want to see him fight Hyoga now that we've said that.
Oh boy.
Imagine
Spear on
him.
spear battle.
Fuck, it's gonna be Hyoga, Homura, him, and Kurosame all fighting, and it's just gonna be like a cartoon, like dust pile where you're just seeing like fists and legs pop out and like expletives. It's just gonna be 4 Tasmanian devils.
That's exactly. Oh man, I was looking for who that was. The Tasmanian Devil. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
I fear the day where we get that fight.
I'm looking forward to it.
Boy, she's saving that one up. That's when he gets to take a break.
Oh yeah.
He's just gonna. That's what he's gonna do. He'll just like take a pen or pencil or whatever, tie it to the ceiling fan with just the tip on the paper, and just let it keep going. Spin everything. So, moving into thick thighs Kohaku.
Truly, Boichi was spinner all along.
Kohaku's legs, like, get so fat. Like I'm looking at the one where she's
The
a spy.
page?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her legs just fatten up so fast.
My
Yeah, they're enormous.
That's pretty good.
They're amazing thighs.
They're like
Sadly,
ham bones.
we don't have yet any melon crushing scenes. Oh boy,
Not
actually.
yet.
Mhm.
Suika, get over here.
Oh man.
I can't wait for Kohaku to execute Suika between her thighs.
Oh boy. Oh.
So, Earpiece Radio?
I mean, Earpiece Radio also, Mozu attempting to, like, not assault Kohaku, but he's definitely implying that he's gonna rape Kohaku.
Isn't
Oh,
even an
absolutely.
implication at this point.
I mean, looking
It's more
forward
like
to
a
our
promise.
counter, like,
I guess.
theoretically that could be a fight. She's taking it as a fight.
That's true. Yeah, she is taking it a fight. I didn't really. She is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
She gonna get raped.
absolutely- Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
Can't wait for that chapter.
She's gonna be like, okay, pull out your spear. Wait, what are you doing?
The only thing that can truly make a girl cute is rape.
Oh,
Okay. I mean, look,
Well-
we're already down the fetish hole. Why not go all the way in?
Also,
Balls
barely.
deep.
Also,
We're
that's
barely
the title of the
halfway.
podcast. I am excited to see your thumbnail.
Wait, which one?
The only thing that can make a girl cute is rape.
Oh god.
Oh god.
I don't know.
Oh boy.
I don't think if YouTube will let us do that.
I'm not sure the FBI will let me do that. But speaking of the FBI,
Speaking of raping cute girls.
This earpiece is, I mean, I talked about this before. I don't understand how sound works in reality. The idea that sound is waves of sound coming from an object and going into your ear and you decode it is insane enough.
it's magic.
The fact that you can just take those waves, turn them to something else, and then shoot them at a rock, and then the rock makes it into sound again is insane. I know
don't
that
get
it
it.
works, but I can't imagine it in my head. It feels like
Yeah.
magic.
It's like
Yeah,
even if
it's
they
like
explain
recursive
it completely.
programming.
Mhm.
No human is able to understand it. Truly.
Yeah.
Sound, it will always be magic.
Like magnets or anything
Or
that's happened in
science?
some-
Were you about to say
Yeah.
like magnets or science?
Yes. You know what? I was about to say that.
This is where Dr. Stone truly shines for me. When they can do something that is completely real, that is scientifically proven, but it still feels absolutely like magic. It feels like some shonen nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although at this point there's a very clear cutoff between like actual science Dr. Stone and shonen magic Dr. Stone. Like, you know, we spent an entire chapter on like making this earpiece. Okay, well, you know, not a chapter, but we get this whole explanation. But then also we get like ridiculous stone sword. And how did we survive with all the incest going on?
We explained that.
Yeah,
0.1% chance. I was right.
Go choke on a spear.
You never know. It's never been done before.
So we get the gorgeous shot of Ginralina slapping his like, what is this pose?
I'm just gonna say this is one of the hottest panels in the series so far.
Okay.
I mean, that expression, sticking the tongue out, the thigh slap.
Alright, guys, I'm
Everything
sorry, but I
about
have to make an important announcement. Damage is hereby banned from the podcast for now.
I regret. Very sorry, Damage. I'm still gonna talk. Maybe.
I regret to inform you that us and Damage have gone our separate ways. It's completely amicable.
I've been
It was a
corrupted by
mutual
Moichi.
decision, and we decided that it was for our best.
Okay, take it back. Maybe the Suika pose that Cuckhaku does is better.
That's the most sexual?
Yes.
Alright.
Not the pose with the girl with the transparent clothes, where we basically just see her ass crack.
I mean, she had so many motion lines about it, that hardly counts.
I mean the one when she's throwing the thing.
Alright.
Is that vagina?
The classic Dr. Stone question.
Fading.
Like, I'm looking at I won't. I guess you, the audience, won't be able to see this, but I do want to clarify to the to my viewership, to the people who are talking to me right now. So, like, right where her vagina should be, like, it gets extra dark.
You could just say page 21 of
No,
chapter...
but I needed to really zoom in on the vagina, though.
People can zoom in themselves, and besides, it's not important.
People can zoom in on the vagina themselves.
Is this a True Love Rue-esque vagina?
It gets very
What?
dark, is all I'm saying.
Oh boy.
It honestly looks like, you know, some real True Love Rue levels of getting around censorship.
I mean, her clothes are canonically transparent. Those are just layers of transparent clothes covering it. Her, like, weird butt leaf isn't even going over it.
Butt leaf.
She has no
What is
shame.
that?
It is a butt leaf.
It is. There's nothing else to call it but a butt leaf.
Like having some aesthetic foliage is not to be
Aesthetic foliage or butt leaf? You decide!
It's one of the most realistic ones I've ever seen in manga, because most mangaka would have it move around as a form of censorship, but, like, hers just stays exactly where it should be at any point in time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I love that he has a foot raised. Like, you could totally make this pose so her foot would censor this out. But he didn't?
Yep. Just keep it low enough.
Boy, she's a bold man with bold fetishes.
I mean, as the panel says, that's when we strike.
Oh my! Oh, bye!
Well, time for the mid-air shonen battle of Dr. Stone.
Time for the mid-air dildo dive bomb of Dr. Stone.
We're making a drone, boys.
Is this why
This is gonna
Suika
be a
has
bummer.
evolved? Is she gonna be able to fly?
Oh boy, her leaves are she's gonna grow 2 more leaves and they're gonna start spinning.
I would love it.
So, what does everyone think this drone is going to be like?
I mean,
I assume it's like gonna be some kind of extreme paper airplane, basically.
Or just a big balloon. A smaller balloon than the previous balloon.
Yeah, I mean, like, I want to believe that it's going to be a drone, but I feel like it's not going to be a drone at all. It's going to be a drone in the sense that it's going to be a balloon that we're going to be able to control, not with, like, a remote, like, radio wave kind of thing, but with...
Maybe we'll have strings or something that go up to the balloon.
That's just a balloon on string.
I do
Like, you know,
Just a balloon.
puppeteering strings.
Just
not
a balloon.
one- Not just... Okay, let me clarify. I don't just mean fucking string that we pull it around on. Like a set of strings that pilot like pedals or like fans in it so we can move it around distantly.
What?
I mean, they do have radio technology. I think that like something akin to an RC plane is not out of the question.
Do they have it
That
on
would
this...
be
Oh, yeah, they do have the...
extremely
Never mind, they have the
impressive,
lab now.
Yeah.
But then why wouldn't they just do that with the receiver? What was the problem
What?
there?
I mean, the transmission wasn't the problem. The receiver had to be very like subtle, so no one noticed it. That's why they had to make the.
Oh,
earring.
right, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
If she was carrying around the cell phone, quote unquote, it would have been very apparent.
Yeah, I was thinking like, oh, we can't do the radio wave thing right here on the island, but
Yeah. But like,
yeah, I guess they could.
Yeah, like that's the closest thing I could think of to a drone, quote unquote. Like they can't do propellers like that,
No.
but they could have something that flies around that is like controlled with radio waves to some extent.
What if they have like some kind of wind-up propeller?
Also possible.
Oh, it's gonna take a long time.
Like the main thing is really just they have to catch this thing mid-air and most likely cut off the cord, so that's like it can't be pulled. It can't just be
Yeah.
triggered immediately.
Just a
Which
balloon
makes
with a
me
knife
think, like-
attached.
Like it makes me think they have to be able to move it around. Like they have to be able to control it.
See, this is why they need Cuckhaku on the side. They could just gave Cuckhaku like 20 knives. Just said throw them at the
Cuckhaku?
string.
Yeah, she's gonna go full Dio on that shit.
I guess that's
Yeah,
it.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
about it. If no one
Yeah.
else has anything to say, these chapters were I liked them. I thought they were good.
Yeah, I like this arc.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
very fun comedic relief arc.
Yeah, lots
It-
of shonen humor.
It is legitimately what I expected. Like I don't think I think things will get serious near the end, but I don't think we're gonna get like a hyper serious like deadly horrifying arc until we get to South America.
By the way,
Probably.
like, why are we doing both of these things? Is it just like a precaution measure? Do you think? Like the drone and the like infiltrating the harm and everything. Why are we doing both?
The drone is for like, you know, immediate response in case they throw it at like, you know, the team that isn't infiltrating the harem. And the harem team wants to do more than just steal it, right? They also want to find out what the fuck is going on.
I guess, yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
like it would be unfeasible probably if they have a large enough amount for just 3 people to just carry it all out.
Yeah.
I mean, what don't we know?
I mean, who the boss, who the master is?
Isn't that Mozu?
No.
No.
We have not seen the master yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought they kept saying it was Mozu. They call
No.
him Young Master.
No.
Mozu's just a pervert.
Yeah.
Don't they
Moses
call
is
him Young
pretty-
Master, or is that somebody else?
Do they? But like
Well-
he's not the master. They've kept the master in shadow.
Yeah.
Okay, because
we
I
don't
remember
know
a
who the
couple
master
chapters
is.
ago they had him in shadow, calling him the Young Master and everything that, even though we had already seen him, and then they showed him again this chapter. I was very confused. I brought it up before because I don't know. I guess he's not the master then. This whole time I thought he's been the master.
Oh no.
No.
Like he's even saying he's gonna fuck Cuckhaku. So what the hell is he talking about?
Well,
He said
He's
I'll
saying-
sneak over and find you in the harem sometime.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I guess he just meant like I'll just find you among like the 100 girls in my harem.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But no, like he doesn't have to sneak if he's the master. Like the master's harem is for the master. He's just a guy.
Well,
who
no, he
likes
does say
the harem.
the harem I love so much.
Yeah, but he loves the master's harem. It's not his harem.
He just likes fucking them.
Yeah.
It's just a
He
big.
doesn't
cuck metaphor.
own them, he just wants to fuck them.
So what you're saying is he's being daily cucked by the master.
Basically.
I love being
Or
cucked
maybe
by my
he's
master.
cucking the master.
Oh wow. All right. Well, with that note of cucking, I think the segment is over.
We've tried to end this segment like 5 times now.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
It's been
Please
over.
let it be over.
Stay the cuck around.
Hello, everyone. This is Thermites, and we are here with the Last Saiyuki segment of the weekly manga discussion podcast. Today, I'm here with my 2 manifestations of cholera, Zaku
Boo.
and Damage.
That was spooky.
Truly, Zaku is the manifestation of a deadly disease.
Definitely pestilence.
So, we start off on Shijino Island. This entire arc is very self-contained, it's nice.
Yeah, it's one big bottle episode.
It's very cozy, it's very focused on 2 main characters and 2 villains in a way.
2 villains and 2 side characters.
Very balanced.
Yes.
Very parallel.
Balanced. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
But yeah, I like the pacing of this. That it starts off with everyone just kind of like not as a cohesive group. They're all just kind of people who vaguely know each other, except for Koharu and Ryunosuke, obviously. Well, I guess we have our 2 pairings actually that know each other, but they don't know. They're not integrated at all.
Yeah, and also the other pairing isn't exactly together for any part of this arc. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's interesting that they're separate throughout this entire arc, but they do still manage to say a lot about their relationship together.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is
There's a lot.
the major exploration of both Estelle and, what's his name?
Furuka.
Furuka, yeah.
Yeah, which
It's a very weird name.
We'll get to the Furuka stuff near the end because he had a great final chapter.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Chapter 17 was amazing.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, Estelle got a lot of development as part of the cast.
Mm-hmm.
All the while, I still find the dynamic between our 2 main characters really interesting. I really like the random new type flashes they get between each other. I don't know, I feel like the idea is really cool. Just this sort of spider sense thing. It just, I don't know, it's executed very well, and it's cool every time it happens.
And we're still slowly exploring what exactly it can do. At first it seemed to be just Koharu was transferring information to Ryunosuke, the very first time they ever did it. But it's definitely some sort of energy transference, because they added in Estelle for a bit. They had a bit of a 3-way.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't think the series would get this kinky.
Yeah, and then he gets his magical tramp stamp on his forehead.
Oh my. We do see Furuka's Nyoibo fighting style, which is pretty cool. It's a gun. I mean, it's a gun that doesn't shoot bullets, but it's still pretty cool.
It's a gun.
It's
a knife.
It's a bayonet.
That's a Nyoibo.
Yeah, an extendable bayonet. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very ergonomical.
Yeah, I mean, all this fighting style is pretty clean. I mean, they just have poles that extend and can shapeshift a bit. So it's pretty nice to see the fight choreography you get from that.
It's mostly poles that can shapeshift at this point. It's very clear that, they can just become anything, but most people aren't the best at making everything out of them.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
seems
you
it's
got-
yeah.
Yeah, you gotta focus. You gotta specialize in a certain thing.
It also seems a lot easier to just extend it rather than make a special shape.
Yeah, well, they go into it a bit, that people prepare special shapes in advance because they can't, reshape it on the fly. So that's why they just carry it around in the shape they normally use for fighting.
Yeah, it's a nice way. It's a nice way to give everyone very distinct fighting styles. In addition to their superhuman abilities, they also all don't use the Nyoibo in the same way. I'm kind of worried that later on in the series, once the most powerful characters can just shapeshift the Nyoibo into anything at will, it might get a bit too samey. I really hope they don't fall into that trap.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't think they
although
will.
they're already going pretty crazy with the Nyoibo powers. We're not, dawdling around with the basics. We already have the dude that has fucking Nyoibos instead of bones.
That's pretty crazy. I like his
Nyoibo
style.
Wolverine.
God.
Piecing himself back together.
Yeah, it looks very cool.
Honestly, that's a really cool way of combining the power of the Nyoibo and the power of the true human form. Like, we know you can just stick the pieces on and they'll hopefully heal back together. Like, the more true you are, the better it will heal. So why not just replace parts of your body with Nyoibo?
Yeah. And, like, not just replace, but, like, straight up implant them.
Yeah. I mean, in Chapter 17, his skedaddle is one of the greatest skedaddles I think I've ever seen in Jump, where his head gets chopped off, and then he shoots his eye Nyoibo out to a secondary body he had prepared, I suppose, that then grabs him and then sticks him back on.
How does the
Yeah.
secondary body move on its own?
More Nyoibo.
Nyoibo powers! Also, is that a he or is that a she?
I mean, it
I
could be
think-
either. You can swap to
Yeah.
anybody.
Yeah, which is interesting because I think, from what they're implying, I feel like this is someone that Furuka knows.
I think so.
It might actually be Estelle's mom. Maybe.
We do have, like, the cover page of Chapter 17 is Estelle's mom looking away. God, I keep on forgetting his name. Ryunosuke's dad looking away. Gohaku. Gohaku was his name.
Gohaku, yeah.
And we still don't understand what either of them did. Like, we know Estelle's mom, loved Estelle too much. She stopped being a true human.
Sorry.
Mhm.
I just got distracted by noticing that the immediate attack page where he slices the guy up in chapter 17 looks like Furuka's hitting a sick dab.
That is a powerful dab pose. But yeah, like, we still, like, as much as we know that Gohaku is like a shitty person, we know so very little about him. And even though we got quite a bit of like exploration of Estelle's backstory, we still know nothing about her mom apart from I guess she loved Estelle too much. Maybe
Yeah,
that's not even confirmed.
I mean, we know
Yeah.
that she died, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, the series does a good job of like exploring characters without like going super deep on them. Like, you feel satisfied with a lot of backstories, but then the more you think about it, the more you're like, wait a minute, I don't know anything about Gohaku. What the hell?
Yeah, and it makes you want to know more. The characters are fairly interesting. I mean, I think it sets up this... It has this really nice sort of edge to the characters. Like, no one just feels like a puppet character that's just there to be there. Like, everyone
Yeah.
has something going on behind the scenes and isn't quite as nice or bad as they seem. And that's, that's a nice aesthetic.
And I really love the aesthetic of, striving for the true human form. Like, specifically how that allows us to have a lot of good guy main characters, or, side characters, who are very cold and dispassionate and, like, difficult to understand, because that's what they're trying to do. Like, they're trying to be more like the true human. Like, it's a good way to build in why exactly it is that someone would, just speak in riddles or not, say that they love their child.
True human form is basically talking like the fucking Sphinx, apparently.
Achieving the true human form means becoming a true manga character.
Well, apparently you can also try to achieve the true human form by pretending to be Monsoon from Metal Gear Rising.
Yeah, I mean, well, I feel like we might run into the problem of emotionless characters that still clearly have emotions to some extent, but even then, like, the series has allowed for that.
Yeah, it's not
Like, you...
It's not saying
Yeah.
that because we're true human we don't feel emotions. It's we try not to have emotions so that we may become true humans, which lets you have a lot more leeway and avoids, as you said, the problem of oh, I hate you for telling me I have no emotions, but I'm very glad. And, okay, I'm struggling to come up with a good example. Thermite, can you help me out?
I'm angry that you delved into emotion.
Yeah, right, that.
Yeah.
When one emotionless quote unquote character is to another, how dare you be emotional? This makes me angry. It's it's always a bit ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, it also creates a scaling system where, like, I imagine more bad guys are going to be closer to the true human form than good guys, just because of the way the series has presented, striving for the true human form. You can get a lot of power by, being kind of emotionless, but, like, there's this limit. There's this limit where, like, you are hanging out with other people, you are going to teach others and work with others, and it's very hard to do that while also being cold and dispassionate.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the entire like dissonant speech that I forgot his name already, but that Estelle's master has.
Yeah, Furuki for something.
Yeah, they don't bring up his name a lot.
Dab man.
Yeah, Stoppy. Like, that entire speech where he's trying to praise Estelle while still saying in his mind, no, it's fine, there's nothing between us, I don't like her or anything, I'm not really proud of her, I just want to motivate her. And you can just tell, like, nope, he absolutely is super proud of her.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. I eat that stuff up all the time.
Oh yeah, no paternal feelings at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, no feelings at all is such a good page. Like, that would be a great one-page recommendation for the series.
Yeah. Do you have any feelings about the Korori itself? Like, the monster and the way that it, like, breeds?
It's okay. I mean, it's not the most interesting part of this arc by a long shot. And its design is also kind of just there.
Yeah, it's a bit more interesting when they've all combined into a super giant form, but it's still pretty generic as far as monsters go.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
it's just...
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I think it's coolest in its introduction when its head just extends super far, like a Yobo.
Yeah.
But for the rest of it, it's just big tentacle monster.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a background element to this arc. This arc's... In the least thing this arc is about is the monster.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do think to some extent, maybe that's why Estelle was able to shake it off so much, because it wasn't very diseasey. Like, it started off very diseasey, but once they all combined, it was very much just a big, deadly monster.
Yeah.
That's true. I did like how they finished it off, though. It was a pretty good fight where she knocked it into the air and he used the baseball bat form to slash out to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Also, during the fight, the moment where Ryunosuke swallows one of them and then uses his Nyoivo to stab himself and kill it. That was pretty powerful.
Yeah, when he's like, okay, I know I can regenerate. Oh, fuck!
Yeah. I mean, there's a big jump between knowing it's possible and being like, alright, time to stab myself.
Oh, yeah, like, if you saw your dad cut off his arm and put it back on and he was like, no, you try, would you be like, oh yeah, sure, of course, It's,
yeah. Like, so far I've been enjoying Ryunosuke's, like, slow growth into his abilities, like, his growth into being superhuman, because he is adapting a lot better than I think a lot of people would, but it doesn't feel unrealistic. Like, he still stumbles a lot, he's still, like, when he's not just using the Yoibo based on, the powerful extendy abilities, he's very much a kid. I think it's an interesting balance to have right now.
Yeah, it's very much him being strong together with,
Koharu?
yes. Like, they're very much like, they're one sprite. They're one fighting game sprite together,
Yeah. Though, I really liked the chat that Koharu had with Estelle as well, where, like, we got to see just how strong Koharu really is. It's tough to remember that, yes, she is in fact a crippled person with no arms or legs, who is also blind.
Yes. That is... it's hard to remember, indeed. It comes up rarely.
Yeah, which... It's a bit of a strength, a bit of weakness about the series. It's a bit of weakness in that, like, I don't know how you'd be able to do it more often without just having her just be on the ground a lot. But at the same time, like when you are reminded of it, it does really sell how brave and powerful she is. That she's like, all right, well, guess what? I don't have any arms or limbs, so at the very least, I can be a meat shield.
Yeah. You know what? In some ways, the series gives me a bit of a, like, Earthboundy vibe.
Oh, I could see that.
You know, like, the character designs and a bit of the, like, you know, weird aesthetic between being serious and the fact that it feels super old. Not in a bad way, but the art style and the, like, storytelling feels very classic.
Yeah. It definitely feels like something I would have read in the 90s.
Oh yeah, this feels like right at home coming alongside, like, Ushio Totoro or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts on the magical girl thing? I mean, that's been a going thing with Estelle's character.
It's a nice aesthetic.
Yeah. I wish they'd leaned into it a bit more. I did like, her whole speech when she was like, oh yeah, I wanted to be like Ling Ling. I forgot about that. Koharu's way more like Ling Ling than I am. Like, I like it as a source of strength for her. I kind of wish she was more magical girly. Like, I kind of wish she, did a finisher or something. Like, even if it was literally just saying the name of the finisher and then smashing the Kori with her wand. I want her to lean into it a bit more. And to be fair, if this is going to be a long-running series, then there's a lot of time for her to get more magical girly.
Yeah. Okay, well, do we have anything to add?
Not really. It was a nice arc.
Yeah,
Overall.
same.
Overall, yeah.
Like, it's definitely a series where, like, if all the arcs are going to be like this, like, I think these segments are never going to be super long, because there is a fair bit to talk about, but it's also very straightforward, very clean. There's not a ton to speculate about right now.
Yeah, and, we also still have to look out for this, getting cancelled pretty soon.
Yeah, this is the danger zone. I'm really hoping it holds out, though, because despite not being, like, absurdly standout, it's been very consistently good in a way that I really like. I want more series in Jump that are just consistently good, as opposed to either being, like, boring with some good moments or, like, just bonkers.
Yeah, honestly, I just don't want this to get cancelled for any of the new series that just started. I don't like them much.
Yeah, alright, well, on that note, that was the segment. Thank you all for sticking around. Check out Donut's reaction down below, and see you in the next segment. Maybe, unless this is the end.
What about your reaction?
Oh yeah, I did one too.
I don't think you included it in the final ranking, though.
Oh god, did I not?
I don't think so.
Wait. All right, don't leave just yet. Let's do this live.
We're doing live.
Okay, so the ranking I managed to do was The Promised Neverland, We Never Learn, Dr. Stone, Black Clover, One Piece, Chainsaw Man, Samurai 8, Food Wars, Actage, and Tokyo Shinobi Squad. I did not include The Last Saiyuki. That is correct. It was fantastic. Like, I really did enjoy it. It wasn't, like, it's so consistent. It's not, like, as explosive as something like the Dr. Stone chapter or the Black Clover chapter. And I do value explosiveness a lot when it comes to individual chapters. Like, I've noticed that whenever I read a series as extremely consistent, like Actage or, like, I guess mostly Actage. It ends up being very low, even though I don't think it deserves to be low. But, like, there are very few chapters that make me go, wow, what the heck? Like Chainsaw Man does, for instance. I think I'd nestle that right below Black Clover, above One Piece.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
The Last Saiyuki better than One Piece.
100%. Tell Donuts.
And on that note, stay the fuck around or get the fuck out of here. Donut, choose one of those. Put that at the end. Make me look good. Dab.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
Hello everybody and welcome to the Fire Force segment of the weekly manga discussion podcast. I am your host, Donut. I am here with Damage
Flame on.
and Zaku.
Flamio.
I couldn't think of introductions for you, so I just said your names. The lamest
think they know
possible.
who we are by now.
Sizzling hot. And burning high.
We're talking about volume 16 of Fire Force. A volume cover that has two characters on it that are not in the entire volume.
That is pretty crazy.
I'm not sure why. But, I mean, who else would they have put on the cover here, really? Like, I mean, they
They
could
could
have...
have put the new characters.
Yeah, they could have put the new
Yeah,
characters, but they generally
mean-
don't do that.
Like in this volume, we introduce the most reprehensible character in all the Fire Force. Absolutely awful. Terrible person. Of
Who are you
course, I'm talking about that fucking girl with the puppets.
Uh-huh.
Just fuck her. The worst. Hate her so much.
I really
Hate her
like her.
so goddamn much.
I don't know if this is a bit or you actually do hate her.
This is both a bit, and I actually fucking hate her.
What do you hate so
Aw.
much about her?
Just baby talk. That fucking entire I'm educating first graders stick pisses me off so goddamn much.
I like her attitude.
I mean, yeah, it is
No.
a shtick that she's got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I do not like that shtick. Did she even get a name in this
No, we
entire
still don't have a
volume?
name for her. I was scouring through the volume trying to find a name for her, but no, we do not have a name for her.
I
They-
just call it
Yeah.
Dominion's girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do like the fight a lot, though. It was nice to see Maki get a cool, like, real fight with the iron owls or the caterpillars.
The Iron Owls.
Caterpillars.
The Iron Owls.
Caterpillar sounds so cute though.
It does. It's not so much
I
better.
hate you. I hate you so goddamn much. No, it doesn't. It's supposed to sound awful, and it does.
You're not amused by the poop poop blaster?
No, I was not.
You weren't amused by getting fisted by an iron owl?
Oh boy. Oh, okay.
This whole volume is such a, like, back and forth of, you know, shit going on with Kurono or, like, Uncle Death and just how evil he is and all the, like, torturing of children that's going on. Meanwhile, we've got shit like the Poot Poot Blast and playing Keep Away with Nataku. And, like, this volume...
And licked punching scientists.
I don't think that was comedic. I mean, it was kind of comedic, but it was a badass moment
That-
for him.
That was definitely comedic. I mean, it was cool, but it was also just funny.
In a fighting manga of supernatural stuff, it's always funny to just see normal people beating each other up normally.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a wimp, but everyone else is even more wimpy than him.
Yeah.
He's really only a wimp physically, though. Like, him and Shinra had, like, real big dick energy, just walking through this whole facility, talking about their plans out loud. It's like, who
Yeah.
gives a shit?
Also, Licht is still like a head taller than all of these scientists.
Yeah. But he's still very skinny and everything,
Yeah.
with no powers.
The strongest of the weakest. The biggest wimp.
He's not even, like, a super genius or anything. He really is just, like, some guy that's smart.
Yeah.
Just a random dude.
He's a scientist number 21.
I mean, even Arthur got the pie thing before he did. So it's-
Oh,
when
that's-
Arthur is smarter than you.
Oh boy, yeah. Well, we
But-
also, of course, got our other new character, Kurono.
Yeah. We got a lot into him.
Super
Oh, yeah.
creepy.
Big
Absolutely
smoke
creepy.
powers. Like that fucking panel where his eyes are just half moons.
Yeah.
Like, he never smiles, he just smiles with his eyes?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
the more, like, arched his eyes are, the more happy he is, I guess. Or excited.
Yeah.
There's so many
At
unique
some point,
eyes.
we'll just get to them being full circles and coming back around to making the eyes in the middle again.
Yeah, it's amazing how unique his eyes are, especially drawn in different paths. Sometimes they're just pure vertical slits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me a lot of like when he would draw characters in Soul Eater going like completely engulfed in madness, and like he just has that design permanently.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It's a strong look.
And speaking of design, though, the way that he fights, grabbing smoke and pulling it into being weapons, that is so cool visually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sho. I'm sorry, Shinra. Both of you getting back the fuck out by Uncle Death here. That is absolutely the coolest ability in the series so far. It's,
I
Yeah,
don't know if I'd say
also
coolest,
the
it
fact that
definitely-
his that his thing immolates you if you breathe it in, also pretty metal.
yeah.
Pretty lethal.
It's
yeah.
not something that is so overpowered as Shinra or Sho with their like bursts and everything, but just in sheer visual factor, it is such a visually cool ability.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Speaking of visually cool, I really like how the arrow power is drawn this chapter again. I think it looks
Yeah,
great.
as well.
Yeah,
I'm forgetting about her.
it was interesting that they brought up the whole like this is the very first time we brought up that the pillars have partners like guardians. This is the first time we brought it up, and then they also like showed that like, oh yeah, and they are like good partners. Like if you mix it up, if you fuck it up, then it's not gonna work out.
Yeah, it's not
They're
good.
carefully picked. No, I'm not sure why Arrow works with Sho so much.
I'm not sure.
Because they're at close and long range, probably.
I guess.
But so is Helme and Arrow, so.
No, Haumea is also long range, or at least mid range. Like Haumea isn't a close range fighter. She
I guess
shoots
she's not
lightning at people.
close range, but they like her whole point was like,
She-
oh, you didn't have to do that. I could have shot an arrow. Like you didn't have to get close.
Yeah, but like also attacks people from like stealthily from a distance, and like I don't know. I feel like they're kind of overlapping with each other. Also, you need Sharon with Haumea just because he's the only one who can handle her, as
Yeah.
in like physically handle being around her without dying.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah, they get
again,
along much better.
she is a more like I don't know how to put it. She like she doesn't have a physical power, right? She's just there to like help and mix things up in battle. There's not a whole lot she can do to attack.
Yeah, and she's probably also matched better with Sho personality-wise.
Oh, you're talking about Arrow? I was talking about Helme.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
Helme has some offensive ability. She's just mostly useful as a supporter.
Yeah, I mean, most of her offensive ability would just be like taking over your mind, really.
No, she shoots
mean-
lightning.
Yeah.
I guess. But was it really that? I don't actually remember. Was it like very powerful?
It was
I
powerful enough to obliterate Arrow's clothes, I guess.
Oh yeah, that was a good.
Well, yeah, but she wasn't really injured at all.
I assume the robots didn't just explode because the lightning was so strong, but because they were electrical and thus,
Yeah, that's what I
she screwed
assumed.
up the system.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming her lightning strong enough to probably fry a person at a time that's not defending themselves. So not
Sure.
extremely powerful as an offensive ability.
Yeah.
She did make a bunch of lightning bolts towards the end, so I guess she could be doing more stuff.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Uh,
We really yet to
it
see the
is.
full extent of her abilities.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the times now, she's just gotten counted out by
By Arthur.
by Arthur, yes.
I don't know. She mostly cancels out Arthur's ability. I guess they cancel out each other.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
she doesn't really cancel out Arthur's ability at all.
She stops his plasma sword.
When she stops? Oh, wait, she, I mean, like,
Yeah.
I
Wait. He tried to cut her multiple times in a previous fight, and she just like kept deflecting it with her lightning.
yeah, I was gonna say, you mean block it. I thought you meant like she put it out.
No, that'd be crazy.
I was like, what? I don't remember that. But, yeah, and speaking of the partners, we also have Inka and Ritsu, who work extremely well together. It's very obvious why they're teamed up.
Yeah, I like how many of the White Cloaks actually showed up here.
Yeah. It's really
Yeah.
getting a better look into a lot of them. And
A lot of
like
the
their
extremely
hierarchy.
buff judo wrestler-looking White Cloaks just immediately get taken out. Like all the White Cloak mooks Just immediately. Not even a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, so useless.
They get really getting caught between the fronts here in that a lot of stronger people are fighting.
Yep, and unluckily for them, they have someone here who doesn't want to fight all the strong people.
Yeah, wants to
Ooh.
just fight all the bystanders.
That was
Kuruno
such a
is the
cool- yeah.
arch enemy of every peanut gallery.
I mean, it was so. He just like turns around like, oh, isn't there anybody weaker here? Perfect.
Honestly, yeah, same. Fucking. Why do we need to go after strong people? Let's just take out all the mooks and then they have nobody to work for them.
But that did seriously make this fight so tense because it was Shinra and Victor there. So the entire time it's like, yeah, I'm not worried for Shinra at all. I'm only worried for Victor because he can't defend himself. And
Yeah,
it's the
and
character that
also-
could die.
Maki and Iris.
I don't know about Maki. Like, I was worried about Iris
Not
as well.
Maki, Fox Girl.
Tamaki?
Cat girl.
Tamaki,
Really?
yeah.
I guess so,
Tamaki
yeah,
and
she's not
Iris.
that strong at all.
And Iris, of course, is, you know...
Yeah. Didn't she actually get, like... I feel like we saw her go, like, superpowered in the where they were in the Chinese Peninsula. Didn't she show that she
Did
was
she?
actually pretty damn powerful?
What?
Did she? No.
I
thought
don't
she did
remember that
something.
at all.
Maybe I'm going crazy.
I
thought
think she
did
just hit
something.
someone with a heavy object or something.
That sounds likely.
Yeah. But yeah,
My memory is a bit fuzzy.
and then we get into you know, the final epic moment of this final volume where they just play keep away with a child.
They play fucking baseball with this child's head.
That is one of the best scenes in this entire volume. It's just throwing the child in the air, and they're all trying to catch him.
Rebound.
Hey, that's foul play.
This
I like how they
whole
all
like,
got into it.
yeah, it really
That is
went from like,
definitely-
oh, poor
Encasing the
Nataku.
child in the bodies of other players is definitely an illegal move. You can't just make a human pyramid out of baseball players and keep the ball in the middle.
It's not in the rule book, Zaku.
It's not in the
Airbud
rules. That
rules.
I can't. No one said I can't melt my team into one giant entity that has the ball lodged in its chest.
Oh god. But
Airbud
okay.
rules.
Airbud rules, man. Bringing all the memes back.
Ugh.
But then yeah, we end on them deciding to team up. Well, not them deciding to, but at least Kurono asking if they wanted to team up.
I mean, Corona deciding that they will team up,
Yeah.
basically. Like, what's Shinra gonna do about it? Not free the kid?
No, let the kid die.
No, we retreat.
Fuck you, Corona. Eat shit. Kicks the child's head off. Hate you.
They can't get the sixth pillar if he's dead.
God, look at Nataku's face inside the Infernal though. I feel so bad for him, man. This kid's going through so much. I thought he was gonna be
Yeah.
some edgy kind of character, but he's just some poor ass kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just got PTSD from Rekka going all hype man on him.
Yeah.
If you had constant visions of Rekka, you'd be insane too.
I know,
Yeah.
imagine going to
Imagine-
sleep and just seeing that.
Yeah! You get some fucking sleep! Sleep well! Sleep tight!
I know if
Come
anybody can
on.
sleep, you're the one who can do it.
Yeah! You can do it! You can win! You can sleep! Yeah!
You're the best at sleeping.
Sleep! Sleep!
Fire!
Sleep! Sleep!
That would definitely drive me insane.
Very relaxed.
Yeah!
Just loop that as some white noise as you guys go to sleep tonight.
Fucking ASMR. Rekka ASMR!
Please, let the voice actor for Rekka release some Rekka ASMR.
Oh god, it's just 20 minutes of the fucking voice actor.
Just them screaming in your ear that you could do anything. It's just imagine the Shia LaBeouf video, but with fucking Rekka.
Let your dreams be dreams.
Let your sleep be dreams. Actual Firestarter Wrecker.
Jesus Christ. Alright. What? We gotta move on to something else.
Yeah, alright. How about that awesome fight scene against Arrow Girl from... what's her
Maki.
name? Maki. Yeah.
Yeah, Maki
Oh, yeah,
gets
yeah,
a
like,
lot of
just
access volume.
Close combat fight.
Yeah, you guys are just talking about watching just normal people beat up normal people, but that's basically what that fight was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like how non-comedic it was. She was like actually like violently approaching. It looks kind of scary seeing Maki get up in her face.
Maki
Yeah,
is
I
a terrifying
mean-
like person.
Also,
Yeah.
yeah, like, I guess Arrow is a fucking useless ass power if you're up close.
I mean,
Is-
yeah.
The worst power up close, I think, out of any fire ability we've seen so far.
Yeah, seems like
Because-
that way.
It actually requires you to do the motion for an arrow. And,
Yeah,
you
you
know,
can't just
that's
Throw
hard
my
to
hand and
do.
shoot an arrow out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not
Whereas-
even like she has an arrow she can, like, I mean, sorry, a bow that she can hit her with or something. Like,
No.
Yeah, that's true.
she has nothing.
Yeah,
And
whereas
again,
even
we have to be reminded that they're all basically blind. She just has a giant cloak over her face. Like, all of them fight blind, which we never really talk about.
I feel like they're supposed to be able to see through it in some nebulous way, but I can't be certain.
I don't think so. I honestly think that they all, like, maybe are not actually blind, but, like, they blind themselves when they're doing this just to, as a reason. Like, maybe they feel with fire somehow.
Sense to heat, maybe.
I feel
Yeah,
like,
I
I
think
don't
that
know,
might
I
be-
don't think the fucking random mooks are able to tap into their innate fire senses.
I feel like Haumea uses electricity somehow to see.
Right, Haumea has the biggest argument for literally not being able to see, because she's wearing a metal fucking crown over her eyes. Whereas the
Yeah.
others have either hair or cloth over their eyes, which you should be able to see through depending on what kind of cloth it is.
But it's,
Like, you
it's
know.
like so specific that they all have it over their eyes.
But
I mean,
Inca's the only one
I
that
think that's a
doesn't.
religious thing, not a actual sight thing. It's because, you know, you want to shield your eyes from the fake sun. I don't know.
Also, what'd you say, Damage?
I said Inca's the only one that doesn't cover her eyes. Ritsu has like her hair in front of her eyes.
Oh, that's actually really interesting because she is so into the danger and like seeing it all and stuff. Like that's why
Yeah.
she's here.
Her whole power
Yeah.
is based around vision, so it would be really kind of productive if she couldn't see.
Yeah, that's really interesting though.
But
guess
does she need to have her eyes open to see the weird, like, fire vision that she gets? Like, I
I
feel
think
that...
so. I feel like
Because I feel like she'd be able to do that even through her eyelids, because it's like magic. It's like magic
What?
vision.
what kind of sense would that make to close your eyes and see just fire in front of you?
I mean, that sounds pretty, you know...
I mean, it sounds pretty
anime.
boss, but I don't feel like that's the case. I feel like the fact that she's the only one that doesn't have her eyes closed suggests that she needs to be able to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do think that the others cannot see, or there's something going on.
Yeah,
Like, the mooks are a good point. That's questionable.
yeah, the mooks. That's why they're so bad at fighting. They're just stumbling around blindly.
They're literally lines.
I'm on religious order and I'm on clothing restrictions.
Actually, what is keeping Homia's crown on? That thing is wider at the bottom than her entire head. Shouldn't that just fall down to her neck?
Electromagnetism?
Yeah.
Yeah, magnetism.
Hmm.
Magnets, baby. How do they work?
Magnus, bitch.
We're bringing back all the old memes.
But by the way, can we talk about how fucking awesome Vulcan was? I almost forgot his name. Vulcan was this volume with just so much shit. My favorite part was when the truck flips upside down, and he had already planned this that had wire that spun out and flipped him back upright.
Of
Like-
course he's already planned this. Do you know how often that fucking truck gets flipped?
I guess that is true.
Yeah, that's just reasonable.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a button that doesn't make it flip. I
But-
mean, he might have.
He
He
might.
might just have a flip button on the truck. Who knows?
This Matchbox car is really starting to feel like more and more like the Thousand Sunny or something.
A
Yeah,
Smashbox car feels like you could really put it into like wacky races.
Yeah. I can
Vulcan's
absolutely see
wacky
that.
races. fucking the other guy's like Rekka yelling at everybody with the fucking kid on it.
They're making a huge mistake if they don't sell this as a figure or a toy. Like when the anime
It
comes
feels
out.
like yeah. If it gets popular enough, that feels
It's
like something that would
perfect
definitely
for it.
happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're gonna be
This is-
stuck with the anime for a while.
Yeah, if this was a Western
Yeah.
cartoon, we'd already have like 5 of these things in different variations.
We'd have an actual Matchbox.
I don't. Is there anything else I have to talk about? Oh, Notako, I want to talk about. Like, clearly, there's something going on with his right arm. Like, his power is activated through his right arm. Clearly, it's being hidden the whole time. But do you think it's? Do you think
His
it's
power is sealed in my right arm. It pulsates through play darkness.
I mean, isn't the whole point that it's tinted like charcoal? I guess
Yeah.
that makes it smoky. So you can
Yeah,
really smoke out of
he's
it.
got the ash disease so bad that it's.
Nataku, not Kurono.
Oh,
The kid.
Oh,
The kid.
I think
you
that's
make it
just an
clear.
Akira reference.
You think it's a Kira reference that his right arm is all covered up?
Yeah, like that's exactly how he looked while he was That's exactly how Tetsuo looked in Akira while everything was going down. He had the big cloth over his right arm and always clutching it and saying, "Did it hurt?"
Okay, so I've never seen Akira ever, so yeah, probably.
Fair enough. But,
I really
that's-
should get around to it at some point.
I mean, that's where his power comes from, right? He big fire.
Yeah,
claws
but I was
and
like, I was basically gonna bring up like, do you think he,
He
also
makes
has the
big
exact
fire
same?
donuts.
I was gonna say, do you think he has the exact same Tefrosis that the Chrono has?
I don't think so. I think it just maybe it's always fiery underneath there, and he just can't turn it off.
Like Shinra? Well, I mean, not like he used to be.
Yeah, maybe like it used to be, because he's very inexperienced with using his powers.
An interesting thing that I really just like remember now is that his power before, like the fire claw that he makes, is different from his Adola Link, the fire donuts.
Fire donuts.
I don't
They
know
look
what
like
to call
eights.
them.
Like immediately after we get that chapter title, which was 8-Man, but we never got what the hell that was in the chapter itself. So I assume it was referencing the previous chapter for some reason.
They don't really look like eights when I look back at them. They're just
Not
circles
really,
with
but-
spheres in them. Some of them have spheres in them, and some of them don't.
I'm not sure what else it would be.
I mean, yeah, well, they're just things made of fire. That's very unclear.
Yeah, I mean, like
Like
normally
Dola
it's a lot
burst.
more of a. It's a
Do
lot
they
more of
have
a normal
sound
thing though.
effects written on them?
think they
No,
would've
that's
been
like it's the
translated
shape
if
of the
they did.
fire.
Especially on the ball, it looks like that's some kind of Japanese
Oh,
character.
okay, yeah, I can see on the ball that's probably like a symbol of some kind. Maybe it's a symbol for fire.
Hmm.
I actually think that is a symbol for fire.
I just realized you can see Rekka in that panel.
Yeah.
Oh
So
shit!
How did I not notice that?
How did you not
Tiny
notice it?
Rekka! Ugh.
I was so
He's
I noticed
peeking out.
fire.
I
His
like that
face
he's
is
on the
adorable in
big
that
panel
panel.
too. God, imagine if instead of a little angel and devil on your shoulder, you had a little Rekka and also another little Rekka, and it's just streaming into your ears.
I don't know if I should rob this store. You can do it, or you can do it. What do you think, other Rekka? Yeah, you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah, go ahead, fire, burn it down. Oh man, that would be fucked.
Yeah, I think that's basically it. I think that's all we have to cover, really.
I'm just gonna say again that I really love that panel with Hamea and Aragil.
course
It's nice
you
to
do.
have occasional fan service once per volume.
Occasional fan service. We get it every single time Tamaki shows up on screen.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's nice to have
We
girls
didn't get it
besides
this
Maki.
time.
That's
Yeah,
'cause she
Maki
wasn't
really
here.
could have.
Actually, she didn't really do it. She was here. She just didn't do anything.
Yeah, she should really activate her lucky lecture learn. It might go
Or
in
her
handy.
fire powers.
No, those are
Basically the
useless.
same thing. All right.
Yeah, I
Well-
do really like the 6 pillars. What's her name again?
Ritsu? No. Wait, the sixth
No,
pillar.
you mean
The sixth pillar is
the fifth
Nataku.
pillar.
No. Then
The fifth pillar is Inca.
Inka. Yeah, I do like Inka's outfit for her Church of the Sun outfit. It's got a really good aesthetic going on.
It's got a very Helme design to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
like how loose and baggy looking it is.
Yeah, definitely mentoring under her. But alright, that's it for the Fire Force segment. See you guys for the next podcast. Till then, get the fuck out of here.